Hey, Emma Jones. Hey, Bessie Vogel. Bessie, you're up for a charm tonight, right? I have you and Chris Lily J, I believe. Okay, great. That's what I thought, Bessie. So thank you for booking a charming. I'm going to put you on the list. We're going to start with you because you were the first one to book like early this week. And then I'm waiting for Chris Lily J to come in because Chris is on the books for one too. You guys, hold on one second. I just need to play some music. I want to play a song to get things going. Give me one moment. A love charm? Okay, Bessie, awesome. Just kind of running behind. I had to adjust cameras, and then my phone was not hooked up on Bluetooth with my stereo speaker, and I had to sort all that out. So, just kind of getting in the mood and letting people come into the room. Those of you that are new here, what we do is on Wednesdays and Friday nights, let me turn this down a little bit. On Wednesday and Friday nights at 7:30 Central Time, I get online and I do charm readings for $25. It's a little bit cheaper than they would be if you book them with me privately. If you want to do that, you can use this link that I'm entering into the chat now, the Engelgeist Linktree link. That gives you my PayPal button, and you can PayPal the $25 over. Let me know that you've paid, and I'll do a charming for you. You pick a subject. In between charmings, I will pull single cards for people for free, but you have to be patient and you have to be subscribed to the channel on YouTube or following the business page on Facebook. I ask that in trade for the free card read. Okay, let's turn that off and find some new music. I just like to start with the OA theme because I love that show. But let me find something that's like sort of nondescript that's not gonna get me into any trouble with anybody. Let's do, where's that chinkly music? Twinkly stuff. Here we go. That'll work. Twinkly charm music, right? Isn't it just like we're just like floating in heaven with cupids on either side of us? Just pulling a mandolin. Let me turn that up for you just to really get that Valentine's vibe. I play air harp like nobody's business. Okay. Hey, Michaela Seward, how are you? Hey, Emma Jones, I know you need one. I've seen that. Hey, Chris Lee J, you're here. Awesome. So my two paids are here. It's for the charm readings, Emma Jones. It's $25. I don't understand the flat face duck faces, Emma Jones. Am I not giving you enough attention immediately out of the gate? Is that what's going on? What's the matter? Why are you giving me the flat faces? Because you're having a personal problem today, so I need to drop everything and address for you, or what's going on? You tell me. What do you need, Emma? Let me stop everything and find out what you need, since you're giving me flat, dead smile faces. What's going on? Please do tell me, Emma. Hey, Angel, how are you? Yeah, it's good charming music, Bessie. It's good charming music, for sure. You did, Tammy? You pay for a general? Let me just double check and make sure, and I'll add you to the list. Tammy, you're crazy. You are hooked. You are like a charm junkie. A chunky. Oh, my little chunkies! Oh, Tammy Sylvester, you sure did, girl. Okay, so Tammy's in there. And you just want a general? Oh, here come the dogs. They think I'm talking to somebody. Thank you for that, Tammy. Awesome. So, general for Tammy. Chris Lily J, what do you want your subject of your charming to be? And Emma Jones, I'm waiting for your response because you're sending me sad faces, so I don't know what's going on, but you need to tell me because it was apparent since the minute you got in the room you started complaining about what you needed first. So do tell me, please. Don't hold back now. Now that now that you have my attention, don't like not respond. But is there something, I mean, the minute you came in, like if I go back to the beginning, the very beginnings of the chat, you were like complaining about how your life is shit and you need this. What do you need, dear? Do tell me. Like, don't hold back now at this point after you've shot me sad emojis and shit. I mean, I don't understand. Like, I'm here to help people, but when people come in, love, guidance, and future. Okay, Chris, I'll put that down. So we're just going to do like a love charming because it will have future in it, which will give you a little bit of guidance, and I'll offer some of that guidance as I do the charmings and see what I feel and see and say and all that. So I'm just going to make it a sort of a love charming with like a guidance aspect to it. But I would like to figure out, I think that Paul asked for a card, correct? Let me go back here and look because there was a Paul Castaneda also that was asking. Yeah, like Emma's first comment was, I think she was saying, I feel really shit about a person who upset me. Those are the first words out of her mouth. Not hello. Not, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. Paul, would you like a card? Are you still watching? Paul Castaneda? See, Paul said, would love a reading, please. There's a way to approach me. That's a nice, even without saying hello, that's a little bit more appropriate. So I do free card pulls, guys. If you want a charm reading, you have to pay. That's the deal. This is how I make money, guys. So this is my job. This is my business. So I hate to be kind of strict about it, but if I give away everything for free, then my bills will go out. I'll have no internet. There will be no lights, and you won't hear that beautiful harp music playing in the background. So, and then she finally says, please, can I too? So I'm waiting to find out what's going on with her, if she's going to respond, if she's still even in the room. Hey, Laura Purcell Gennardo. So, Mr. Castaneda, are you still here? Because I will put you in between Bessie and Chris for a card. I like to just sort of set up the list so I know what I'm doing, at least for the first few. Manners, people. That's what Chris Lily J says over on Facebook. It does help, It's like, especially when it's free, Like, it just helps if people are just courteous right out of the gate. I don't know. It's hard when people are stuck in their stuff. I get it. I get stuck in my stuff too, but I also don't cruise Facebook for readings when I'm stuck in my stuff. Generally, I go self-flagellate in my bedroom. And I'm not talking about flagellate, people. I'm talking about, you're such a piece of shit. Why can't you get this right? That's what I do to myself. I don't go to Facebook and go, help me. But anyways, not from strangers at least. I go to people that I know. Like somebody that I trust. So ideally, we're building a relationship of trust here, people. You trust my harp music, right? Bessie is here. Stony and Bessie. Sounds like I'm talking to a bunch of cows. Stony, Bessie, get out of the field. So I like the chunkies. I think that's what I'm gonna call you from now on. If you like the charmings. Is that offensive to you guys? If you guys are fans of the charmings, Ducky, are you offended being called a chunky? That's charm junkie. Is that wrong? Would that be offensive to you if I called you guys chunkies? I think it's kind of cute. My little chunkies. But I don't want to be pissing anybody off. Mary says we're childhood friends. Move over. Awesome. So I think that's, because how like Taylor Swift has her Swifties or whatever. Not that I'm Taylor Swift by any means. Or Katy Perry has her kitty cats or whatever. I need a name for my regulars, so I think it might be my chunkies, or at least my charm people, because you guys seem to be always at the charmings. Chucky freaks you out. Well, Chucky's freaky, but Chunky is kind of cute. I think it's a charm junkie. I'm a chunky. All right, anyways. I don't think Paul's still here. So I guess Paul's not going to get a card. Who is here that hasn't had a card recently that would like one? That's maybe new to me? Is there anybody watching that's new? Oh, I should maybe post this to groups. I might want to try and advertise a little bit. If I'm trying to run a business, right? That helps. Ding dong. There's some of that flagellation. Alright, so let's just share this right to my page. Share to my newsfeed. Come join us live for some charming post. Boom. Boom. Alright, I'm going to post this just to a couple more places, just so that we get some new people in here. Because I want to give cards to like new folks that maybe haven't had a chance. I think it would be nice. It also helps me to publicize my business, maybe bring in new people to the channel, new subscribers via YouTube, that sort of a thing. Jennifer Kelly, have you not had one? I don't think you've had one in a while. Laura Purcell DiNardo, you've not had a card? That's crazy. I feel like you've been in the rooms a bunch. I haven't done a card for you? Thank you for sharing 3 times, Chris Lily J. I appreciate that. Let me see here. Just getting the word out there. Do you hear that beautiful harp? It's like, ah. Don't you just feel like you're just like floating in the clouds with me right now? Did anybody practice their breathing today? Was anybody able to shift a toad out into a prince today? Was there any sort of situation where we thought it was going to be miserable and it actually turned out to be good? Because we behaved ourselves and we handled it in a different way? Did that happen for anybody? Laura, you have not had a card? Okay, Laura. And then who was the other? There was Jennifer Kelly. So, Laura Purcell. I'm going to put you down for a card. Hold on, I'm just building the list a little bit, you guys, and then we'll get started. I want to get these shared out. Laura Purcell DiNardo, and then Jennifer Kelly. But you guys are going to have wait around through the charmings, okay? For your cards, because it's going to go charming card, so that everybody gets a little bit of love. So just be patient with me. Like the video if you haven't yet. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up if you're on YouTube. Give it a subscribe if you're just tuning in from YouTube and you don't know who the hell I am. Trust me, I'm cool, I promise. I've got golden wings. I only let them out during charmings and morning forecasts and stuff, so this is a rare sight for people to see. And I play my harp. I'm actually playing my harp. It's down between my knees like a thigh master. Okay, I'm going to turn up the harp music for you guys to enjoy a little bit more while I share this music out. It's slowly putting you into a trance. If you played this harp music backwards, it would say, send money to Dan. Send money to Dan. I'm so stupid. At least I find myself funny. I don't know about others, but I find myself to be a fucking laugh riot sometimes. I don't know. I'm a goober. Goober McGooberson. Give me a few more minutes, people. Just be patient. Sharing this out to all the groups that I know. Playing my harp, my air harp. Okay, let's see. I wish there was a way to just pick them all at once, like boom, 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 boom. But no. Mark Zuckerberg can't be that smart. He can own half the world, but he can't figure out how to make it so that we can do that. Yeah, dick. I wonder sometimes, do you think angels swear? I think they must. Or I think that maybe they don't really when they're on the other side, but when they get over to this side and they get the opportunity to do, it just feels so much fun. It's like you get this little jolt of like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a dork. Let me see here. Share, right post, bam, paste, tap to change the group, pick the group, like take all these steps. It's like a goddamn dance class or something. Share, right post, tap, paste, tap to change, pick the group, find the group. International Angels, yes, we should be in there. I've got wings for Christ's sakes. Boom, share, right post, tap, paste, tap to change, group. Sorry guys, I know this takes forever. Galactic Federation of Light, come join us. Post, boom. It's calling all the tribes, calling all the people, everybody in. Let's do it. We got one more. Circle of Light. People over at Circle of Light. I love Sherry over there. She always lets my posts go through. She's always good to me. Circle of Light. Thank you. Let's post it there. And now it's shared out, folks. We have no control. Okay. Alright, so let's see who all comes in. I know the one in this room with me swears like a trucker, Angel Abels. For sure, I swear like a trucker, but I love swearing. Like, it makes me feel giddy inside. Like, it's like this sort of, I don't know, like, I mean, not like when I'm swearing in anger. Like, if I'm swearing in anger, that's not pretty, ever. Like, if I'm like, you motherfucker, it's like, ooh, I don't like that. But if I'm like, you're such a dick, like, that to me, I think is funny. So, anyways, it might fall down on you. Gold glitter might fall down on you. I would take my sweatshirt off, but I'm wearing the same shirt I had on yesterday. That's so ghetto, but I don't care. I didn't even shower today. So, I must smell like, you know, the angels. All right, so let's get into this. Let's do some charming, people. Let's find out what the hell is going on with Bessie Vogel's love charming, right? So I'm gonna ask the angels to come in. Well, they're already here. I've already asked them to come in, but let's just like all acknowledge their presence in our lives. Let's. This is something new we're gonna do with charmings. I'm deciding it right fucking now. Like, okay, I'm changing the rules. We're going to ask angels and spirits to come in, all the benevolent spirits of light, higher beings of light, the ascended masters, the universal teachers, our archangels, our guardian angels. Ask them to come close to you during this time, saging this space, both electronically, metaphorically, realistically. Aki, Aya, guardians of the north, guardians to the south, guardians to the east, and guardians to the west. We're acknowledging all of them, all of the four elements, earth, air, fire, water. We're gonna sage the charms. Okay, the charms are saged. I also want to check. My dog is licking my knees, so that's getting cleansed. My knees, my kneecaps are getting cleansed. Huh. So she can tell that she came in here. Her lazy ass was just snoring in the living room. She's like, "Oh, the bitch is calling in the angels. I'm going in there." She's looking behind my knee right now. It's gross. It's disgusting. But it's, it's what it is. So, what deck am I using? Hold on, shit. The deck I want to use for card pulls is out in the other room. Okay, here comes the other dog. See? You call in the angels and the animals come in too, because they're angels too, pretty much. Alright, let me go grab this other deck. 1 second. Hold on, guys. Is it too smoky for a party for you if we're in here? Is it too much like a dirty nightclub? Okay. I got the Angels and Ancestors deck because I've been digging it. I've actually been using it a lot for myself. And I've been enjoying learning it, playing with it. So that's available to you tonight for card pulls. Let me turn down Cupid's romance right now. Comite. So let's actually being, all kidding aside, let's seriously think about that for a minute. Call in our higher beings of light, whatever those may be for us. We all have our guardian angels, our angelic guides, our own spirit guides, our past loved ones that are on the other side that are around us, watching over us. Our own, connections to those things, our God or our higher power. Bring that in towards your space right now, if you feel comfortable doing that. If you don't have to. But I say let's acknowledge them right now. I can feel them right here. They're kind of touching my hair. But we want to bring them in and just say hello and say thank you to them and invite them into the space so that they can help not only me to carry the message, because my guides will help me. Oh, she's finished doing my knees. So she's getting in my meditation chair now. She's gonna go meditate. We'll hear her snoring in about 2 minutes, watch. But as we invite them in, I'm inviting mine in to help me sort of carry the message or bring the message through, right? I'm gonna invite my angels to talk to yours through the charmings and through the cards, and I just want you guys to acknowledge yours, or just whatever feels comfortable for you. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm gonna start digging up in the box. So let me switch cameras. Okay, let me put the chat box back up. Okay. Alright, so I can use this on my screen. So let's do that. Let's use now right now. Oh shit. Okay, so one of these Scrabble tiles went flying out of the thing. I love this. It looks like a total joint. It's like a sage stick. Anyways, if any police are watching, this is not contraband. So we have an N that flew out, and this is all going to look backwards to you guys, but I still haven't figured that out yet. We have an N that flew all the way out of the box, so I feel like that N might be trying to get our attention. Let's see what other letters we have. We have an M. We have a U. If this is a B, I'm going to shit my pants. No, it's an I. Doesn't really spell anything, but I don't know. We'll look at this for a minute afterwards. And if there's anybody with a significant N, as I'm telling this charming, maybe Bessie keep that in mind, because I feel like this N is definitely jumped out, like it wanted to grab my attention. Anything that goes flying off the board is like, hey, look at me. That's how I perceive it, or how I look at it. Let me get that out of the way and get this out of the way so that we're not paying attention to it. Doesn't look so cluttered, I guess. Put the pen away. Okay, so the first thing that I see, whoa, girl, this is going to be backwards to you, but this is upright. And this is sort of in your past sector. I'm going to say this, your past sector looks a little empty. Like, I don't know what was going on in your love department of recent, like, past, but to me, it feels like it might have been sort of empty. And I feel like something is happening here because this charm is face up and it says, a wonderful journey is ahead. And that's upright. I don't know if you can see that because it's clear, but I can see it. Also, the light is kind of glaring on it, but it says a wonderful journey is ahead. And it's sort of like lingering, like sort of half in the past, half in the present, but it is in the present mind. So I feel like you are focusing on positive ideas of love. You are focusing on the idea of changing that sector of your life, if that makes sense. Like, you're opening yourself up to the idea of maybe I can have love, maybe love is out there for me. This dream catcher also signifies that being at the center, is it's sort of like wanting to catch your dreams, wanting to like really bring in what you deserve. It is upright. It even has, to me, even though it's kind of a little bit, it's perfectly centered, and then it's even got the feathers hanging. If there weren't other charms that knock these feathers around, they would be hanging straight down. So to me, this is a straight upright dream catcher in the center of the screen. And on top of the dream catcher, you have the bravery charm, which is the bolero, the Matador Bolero. It is facing down and it is upside down. So something says to me that even though you might believe that it's out there for you or that things could possibly change, I feel like there might be a little bit of bravery on your part that's needed to be able to move forward. There might be a little bit of fear that you have about maybe getting hurt again, or maybe something going wrong, maybe somebody taking advantage or doing the wrong thing to you. I don't know what's gone on if things like that are have gone on in the past, but if you're comparing your now to the past, I feel like that might be why this bravery charm is face down and upside down on top of your dream catcher, right? So it feels like, to me, what I'm hearing from these two charms being paired together is like, to achieve your dreams and to catch your dreams, to make them a reality, you kind of need to start to like really work with your ability to be brave in your efforts, right? And I think that you're doing that a little bit right here, where you're opening up to this idea of love and the possibility of it. And so as you're doing that, the reality of it starts to come together, the dreams start to come together, the desire starts to come together, and you start to want to make that happen. Now, it's going to require you to face the situation bravely and face it head on. And you're working on that. Oh, my ear is ringing. Um, as you're working on that, hold on one second. Okay. As you're working on that, it's like what I'm hearing, or what I feel like I need to say to you, is that this charm is present to let you know that you have the bravery to do what it is that you want, or achieve what it is that you want in the love department, but you have to believe it and sort of flip it over and then lead with this bravery, like right in the center, right? And just head forward, almost like it might even feel reckless to you or crazy, kind of scary, but it's going to be the thing that is going to move you forward in the love department. Now, when I say that, my eye gets drawn down to this barbell down in the subconscious. And the subconscious mind says, like, presently, in present time, you're doing a lot of work in your subconscious, but that is clearing away. This is the what part of this belief. It's like, I almost feel like what I'm seeing, or the pattern I'm seeing, is that this charm, it being sort of in the past, this idea, this inkling of maybe there being a possibility of a new love or new opportunity coming your way, and a wonderful journey is ahead, like sort of waking up. This is a clear glass stone, right? There was like a clarity around this at one point for you, where you're like, oh wow, maybe I can actually have that. It sort of triggers off this down in the subconscious, which is like you trying to do the work or lift the weights or figure the stuff out to move forward. And as you're doing that, it's requiring you to build the dream in your present space mind, but that dream is a little bit scary. So this is going to require you to be a little bit brave. Right now, you're working on that bravery, right? That's why this charm is present and available to you, but it's not fully there just yet, right? But that's what you're working on is will you be brave? Can you be brave? And how to be brave, yet keep yourself sort of safe. This key underneath all of this says to me that all of this will sort of unlock for you at some point. And I also feel like this key is your intuition is going to be your guide. This is amethyst stone, which deals with like sort of the sixth chakra, which is in the intuitive chakra, intuition, your third eye. And so to me, this says that like your intuition is kind of going to be really key in moving forward as you go forward into the future. But you're going to have this bravery, hopefully working for you and your intuition working together. I feel like this dice is an astrological dice, and this is supposed to be the number 10, which I believe this is what I think it's a 12-sided die. So it's like kind of really high up there as far as number. But the purple color ties into this purple amethyst, I feel like. I feel like, one moment. I feel like this could be a signifier of an amount of time, or it could be a signifier of also like this high level or intensity of intuition that you might be building or working on. It might be both, even. I don't know why, but I want to say like it might be. I know that 10 months sounds like far away, but it's not really in the grand scheme of things with the work that you're doing and what you want to have. Okay, if that makes sense. So this could mean 10 months, is sort of maybe what I'm hearing. But it's okay because there's work that's happening here. There's dreams that are being created here. There's realities that are sort of you're trying to manifest, and you're finding the strength and the bravery to be able to believe that and move forward in that and do it from a place of intuition, unlock those doors and move forward. Now, as you move forward, what we've got going on here is you have the moon charm. This represents as the moon, even though it is broken. And there is a little guardian angel here with this moon charm. It is face upright. It's a little bit upside down, but that's fine. I don't feel like that is anything negative. It just feels like, again, this is more of your intuition, sort of in your higher mind. This is also about speaking to your spirit guides, okay? When it comes to like this intuitive stuff here, this is you being really aware of your own personal intuition, but this is also allowing sort of your guardian angels or your guides to kind of talk to your intuition too in your higher mind. I love that the higher mind up here is very clear in some regards. Like you haven't necessarily done a whole, like you might not have utilized it a lot. You might have been in very present moment, physical, career, life, bill paying sort of situations where you've been dealing with those sort of things. So right now you're finally getting away from that and you're able to sort of address this new idea, not new idea, but this idea of having this love. And so I feel like this moon is also sort of lingering not only in the higher mind space but also in the present mind, so it's kind of bringing that higher information down to you too as you work with your own intuition. Okay, now I want to look at this charm. This charm is up here and it's face down, but it is in the future. And this says, only you can give your special gift to the world. And so I feel like you're beginning to realize that. You're realizing it here. You're doing the work down here. And you're going to start to realize this here. And as you do, as you hear these voices sort of intuitively, and you start to trust them and trust your own inner voice, you'll start to realize what your gifts are and what you bring to the table in a relationship, and really understand your value. This is the first chakra stone. This to me is all about sort of uh, grounding and staying grounded in what you know to be true. 1 second, where's my phone? I just want to double check one thing. This is about, but for me, this is about grounding in your knowledge of what you have for the world and being very like aware of it, but not only intuitively, but also on a very physical, visceral level. So, 1 second, I just want to check one thing. Sorry, guys, just give me one moment. I'm totally Googling right now because that's what I do, bitch. Yes, it is the first chakra. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't the first or the second, and I was right. It is indeed the first because this triangle is all about the grounding stone. So this is you grounding in that in the future. Now, this crown is, when I put it into the box, it represented as the king crown. I have a bigger crown that represents as the queen crown. I feel like this is the potential for a man. I feel like this is also representate, like I feel like there's a dual meaning with this crown. This crown is about um, not only there being a man that might come about, but this is also about you honoring yourself as the queen that you are. And then when you're doing that, or as you're doing that, as you're grounding in your strength and understanding your gifts and what you bring to the table, somebody's going to come along, a king will come along that will appreciate that and see that in you and be able to honor that because it's so well grounded in you, right? Because you're operating from that place from a very conscious, clear minded position. You have the turtle here, which represents as Mother Earth. I love that she is sort of down here in your present mind, but she's also kind of in your subconscious too. So I feel like there's a balance that's happening here with this turtle, with your place in the world, right? And in that balance, I think that this balance brings about this grounding. If that makes any sense at all, I feel like there's a connection between these two charms. That this balancing, as you're doing this work here and you're intuitively becoming stronger and braver and trusting yourself, your guides, and the information you're getting intuitively, seeing your gifts and really owning them from your higher mind, you're going to be sort of balancing your like relationship in the material world with Mother Earth in the on the planet, grounding in that and moving forward. This also, you have the hardened heart down here in the subconscious in the future, which says to me that all of this work that you're doing here with this barbell right now presently, that you may not even be aware that you're doing it. This might be in your dreams, but all of this kind of self-reflection or sorting out, clearing house, like I'm seeing these pictures of like you sort of cleaning out rooms or old thoughts, old ideas, old belief systems that didn't necessarily work for you. Letting those things go, they allow your heart to mend, right? And the hardened heart isn't a bad thing. It's just, to me, it's like got these scars because it's healed over, right? We don't forget what happened to us maybe in the deep past, but we also don't allow those things to sort of dictate who we are. We just sort of own them as part of our experience and we still continue to move forward. That's what that feels like to me. The last charm that you have here, I love this. It says passionate on it, and I already know that this is the symbol for Scorpio. So I feel like this is also, I'm just going to flip it over so you can see the Scorpio symbol. It is the symbol for Scorpio. So this king could be a Scorpio. I love that it says passionate. So to me, it feels like there is some sort of something coming, girl. If it ain't here yet, it's on its way. Um, I don't know what these letters are, unfortunately. I don't feel as though. This is going to sound silly. I don't know if you guys are going to buy this, but I'm going to tell you this because I'm going to say this really quick. Um, uh, what I'm hearing as I look at these letters is I'm hearing new I am. Like it's missing the A, right? And like this is spelled wrong. It's like, but I've always sworn that angels aren't maybe the best of spellers. Anyways, the new I am idea that I'm thinking of is what I'm hearing is this new I am as I look at this. It's like this whole idea of this new I am, this new ownership of I am this, I am that, I am like believing it, grounding in it, owning it, right? Um, owning it from a place of bravery and strength and confidence, moving forward knowing that you have special gifts to give to the world, knowing that your intuition is strong and on fire, and that you can trust it and you can trust your guides, that they're there to assist you, that you can move forward, that you can create your dreams, you can honor them and sort of ground in them and watch them come to you. That this also this relationship to you, this turtle to me is like your relationship to the planet, right? And where it sort of sits right on the line of the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. It feels like you're going to settle into who you are and where you're at in your life and feel very okay and content. And from that you're able to then really ground in all of this stuff. And it's like the new I am. Does that make sense? Like it is where you resonate at. And what I mean by that is just like, I am deserving. I am a queen. I deserve to be loved. I deserve passion. I deserve to be treated with respect. I deserve to like share my gifts with the world and be honored for those things. Like that's what I'm hearing when I look at these letters. But I don't necessarily know. These letters may have a different significance for you, and you can certainly utilize them in any way that you see fit. But that's what I'm hearing when I'm looking at them. Is I just feel like, I hear like the angel saying, well, Jesus, we got it pretty close. Like, just give it to her. Okay? So, well, don't miss love, Bessie. I think that it's kind of on your way. I think you have to believe it and you have to carry through with it and you have to be brave and move forward. You're dyslexic. I sometimes reverse stuff too, Bessie. But I think that something is coming for you, dear. I mean, everything, I'm just going to say this. Everything in the future is very much up for grabs because it's in the future, right? Which I would say your future stuff is right about this line here. So right where you're starting to trust your intuition with this amethyst stone, but you're going to unlock the door. The key is you start to unlock the door as you move forward and trust your intuition and ground in that and who you are, where you fit in the world, and start trusting that. Start using new I am statements. I am, okay, so this is what I'm going to do for you. So with this deck, we have the I Am Everything deck, right? I've opened this before. Sorry that it's backwards because the screen's mirroring. But I want to pull you a card from this I Am Everything affirmation card deck. Because this is about this new I am statements. Like, so let's just see, what does Bessie need to know? What is her new I am for now? Right? And you can play with these statements. That's what I'm feeling, is like you can change these statements to how they suit you. And they have power. The I am statement is strong. You're owning it. It's a place of ownership, responsibility. It's saying, I am this, I am that. We have to be conscious and aware of what we say and how we say it, right? And so you need a new I am statement, especially in the love department. You're beginning to create one. That's what this clear stone tells me, is there's some clarity around you that has happened in the recent past where you've started to realize that maybe you are deserving of something a little bit, actually not even a little bit better, a lot bit better. Because this to me looks like you've got some really good stuff mocked up here in the love department to happen. You just need to start to believe that you deserve it and that it's coming. So your I am is, oh shit, I kid you not, guys. I am love. I may not have always made the right choices, but I did my best. I have so much love to give, and everyone around me can feel it. That is the gift in this world, Bessie. I am given a clean slate every single day to be the best version of me that I can be. I am forgiven. I am love. Boom! Mic drop. Or card drop. And it's card number 1 of the deck. Do you see that? It's the very first card of the deck. I know the words are backwards to you guys. I'm so sorry that I can't figure out the screen mirroring on this. But that is like a beautiful affirmation for this reading that kind of owns everything and ties everything right up. You do need new I am statements. You need to be aware of how you're holding yourself in your space. And with the power of a statement like I am, it's going to tell you who you are and what you deserve. And you know that you deserve more than what you've been getting. You are love. Tammy Tarasso Kid Rollover on Facebook says, wowza. Exactly. I love it when that happens. Okay, Bessie, do you want to take a picture of any of this? Do you want me to remove the card so you can take a screenshot? I'm going to get on to doing a card for Laura Purcell. That's like flawless. Like, I love it when the angels do that. They blow my mind. I know. Amazing, right, Tammy? It's like, hold on, I'm going to flip the camera just for a second. It scares the shit out of me sometimes. To be honest, it blows my mind. I'm so grateful. I don't mean scares the shit out of me in a bad way. I am like so grateful that it shows up like that. And it happens like that. I just, the immense gratitude I feel and the appreciation that I feel for that, to be able to be a part of just doing this is like huge. So I'm just saying thank you, not only to Bessie for allowing me to do this reading, but to my angels for swinging that and making that happen, because I believe that it's them, not me. I just, open up. And it can be you guys too. Like I said, like when we started this, like bring your angels in, bring them around you, start to communicate with them, start to bring them forth and trust them. They're with you and there to help you. All right, so let me flip it back so she can get a screenshot if she needs it. Let me put up the chat box, all right. Oh, you have happy tears in your eyes, Bessie. I'm so grateful. Oh, honey, you deserve it. You'll have it. Don't worry. You will have it. You are loved, dear. And you are forgiven. Like, whatever is from the past, let it go. Let it be in the past. It's gone. It says here, I am forgiven. I am love. I'm going to read this to you one more time. I am love. I may not have always made the right choices, but I did my best. I have so much love to give, and everyone around me can feel it. I am given a clean slate every single day to be the best version of me that I can be. I am forgiven. I am love. I think we can all take away something from that card, right? All right, so you have your screenshot. Can I take that apart or take it down, Bessie? All right, I'm going to take it down. I think that she must have taken a screenshot. Thanks, Cindy Wozni. Okay, perfect. Thank you. You're welcome, Bessie. You're very, very welcome. All right, so I'm going to pull a card for Laura Purcell DiNardo. Laura, I can either do the I Am Everything deck, which is all I am statements, which we just saw what that was, or I could do Angels and Ancestors if you'd like. Do you have a preference? Hey, Jamie, how are you? Is Laura still here? I don't know if Laura's still here. Did she leave? Let me give her a moment. And after Laura Purcell is Chris Lily J, and then Jennifer Kelly, and then Tammy Sylvester, just to keep everybody in order, or let them know who's coming up after who. Go with my gut? All right, I'm going to give you... Do you have a specific subject you want me to look at, Laura, or can I just do a general? I'm going to do this Angels and Ancestors deck. I might give you an I Am Everything to back it up. I'm having fun playing. I want to... Yeah, I see that you're here, Laura. Thank you for... I see it. So do you want just general? Jamie, I've got a little list going right now. I have a few people ahead, so let me get through. I see her, Ducky. Thank you. I've acknowledged her and I see her. If she hangs out and waits, let me get through these cards. Jamie DePasquale and Cindy Wozni, who's new on Facebook. Um, General for Laura Purcell. All right. So yeah, I see Cindy Wozni, and if she waits around and wants a card, let me get through these charmings and these next. I've got two more charmings and a card, and if nobody buys a charming, then I'll get to Cindy and Jamie. Oh, Kelly, you finally figured out how to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, dear. Please do that on every video. You're welcome, Cindy. It's just going to take a moment, okay? So let me shuffle for Laura Purcell Donardo. One moment. Please get a card for Laura Purcell Donardo. Thank you for that last video. Is my camera out of whack? Yeah, just hold tight, Cindy. I just want to get through these next couple of readings, and then I will open the list back up. So you and Jamie will be on the list, like as card readings, okay? It's just kind of hard because I gotta watch everybody and make sure. So this is for Laura Purcell Donardo, but you know, sometimes spirit can be opportunistic and send messages through other people's readings that we can all benefit from. So just allow for that too. Okay, interesting. Okay, I think this goes this way. All right, first I'm going to start with your Angels and Ancestors cards. This is a deck by Kyle Gray that I'm really loving right now. So you got Fire Guardian, and this is come on. Is that not gonna... Come on. Trying to get this to get a little bit more focused. Let me see, I might have to change it. Give me one moment. Sorry, it's not very focused. 1 second. There we go. Okay, so you got Fire Guardian, and I feel like, hold on 1 second, let me put up the chat so I can see what's being said. All right, I'm gonna say this. I feel like he's here. The message that I hear, like I'm saying, is what I hear him saying is I feel like this is an angel coming to you, reminding you that you need to be brave and do the things that excite you. That you have the power, you have the passion, you have the will. If there's anything that you're sitting on or worrying about or reluctant about, there's something that you're maybe afraid to bring forward or to pursue, I feel like he's here to say, go for it. Does he feel a little bit like out of focus or... To me, I feel like he is ready to take flight with you and guide you if you allow him to. There's this thing about, it's hard to do this online because I don't know if I'm making sense to you, but I feel like, Laura, there's something that you're possibly avoiding or maybe not avoiding, but like you're putting on the back burner. Ha ha ha, no pun intended, even though this is Fire Guardian. And I feel like he's stepping forward, reminding us, like, or reminding you that it's time to do it. Like it's time, you can do it. You have the strength to do it. And I feel like this card is saying to me, if you don't feel as though you have the strength to do it, let me help you. I will carry you through this. I will make this possible for you. And you can trust him. Does that make sense? Um, it feels like uh it might feel like a big leap for you or taking a risk for you, but to not worry, because to me the element of fire also in tarot deals with like the element of spirit, right? It's sort of like how cups are is water, wands is fire, which is spirit. And to me this is about like also spiritual growth. I feel like if you trust him, or if you move forward in this ignition of your passions, in this igniting of your passions and like following this path, it may feel like kind of risky or scary, right? But it's also going to be the thing that sort of grows you the most in a way, like spiritually. It feels like it's the thing that sort of, ultimately inspires you. And that inspiration can sometimes be scary because we live in a world full of people that don't necessarily live for their inspirations, right? They're taught to sort of like just do what they need to do to get the bills paid, to get home, to get whatever they need to get done, to go back to work, to do it all over again. This card is not about that. This card to me feels like he's like, okay, come on, Laura, we've known this for a while. It's time to do it. Let's do it. I'm here to help you, right? I'm here to assist you and move you forward. You just have to sort of like strike the match or light the match, make the decision, take the step, be brave. Don't worry. Like I'm distinctly hearing like, don't worry, we will carry you, or like I will help you, like I will guide you, like I am here for you. So if there's something like some sort of new venture, or it's like the idea, it's something new and risky that you maybe don't feel like you want to, it's not that you don't want to do it, it's a passion. You do want to do it, but there's this sort of reluctance to do it for fear that it might not succeed or it might not work out. I feel like he's here to tell you, don't worry. We can make this work. We have the magic. We have the strength to get it together. I pulled an I am everything card just to add to this to see if that, adds further clarification. And it says, I am a gift. I am a gift to the world. When I lead with kindness and love, I create a ripple effect that benefits more people than I'll ever know. My presence, my knowledge, and my passions contribute to the greater good of the world. I am a gift. So you're saying I'm trying to make sense, I'm trying to put this together. So Laura, where is it in your life that you are inspired yet you're not doing anything about it? Is there something that you secretly want to do? Is there something where you're secretly like maybe not fulfilled or not inspired, an area in your life? It could be this is a broad spectrum reading because you said go general. So when we go general and we have the fire guardian show up, he's saying ignite your passions. But he's also saying that I'm sensing that if there's any reluctance or resistance to igniting your passions for fear of them not happening, he's telling me, or the card is telling me, that he's here to assist. Like, you don't have to worry that all you have to do is sort of ignite it and let it take, like, it's like, now I'm looking at it like, like fire. It's just once it ignites, once it kicks off, it's just gonna like chain reaction and happen, and like fire catching fire and moving. And that's the part that might feel scary, is that feeling of maybe not being able to control it. But I feel like he will guide it and you will be fine. He's saying like he's here to. Friends and I are hoping for a situation, you said ripple. Well, it has like a ripple effect. Like once you ignite it, it's saying ignite your passions down here. So I feel like it will catch fire and go. So don't hesitate. And then this I am a gift is acknowledging that my presence, my knowledge, and my passions contribute to the greater good of the world. And he's saying, ignite your passions. So, and this card is saying, I am a gift. So, whatever it is that you're like maybe holding off on, it's a broad spectrum general reading. So, I can't say, is it a love situation? Is it a business deal? Is it a this? You've got to know that for yourself. Where is it in your life that you're not feeling inspired or on fire, per se? Where you know things could be different or things could be changed, or you have an idea that you think you want to do, but you might be a little bit afraid to step forward for fear of it, not working out, or he's saying to me, don't worry, we got you. We'll make sure this happens. That was me opening a small Mountain Dew, people. That was not me farting, if you heard that. Although, when a Mountain Dew opens, it does sound like an angel's fart. So, I'm going to clear these away and move on to the next person. I hope it is what you're hoping for. It very well might be, Laura. You can answer that for yourself, though. Trust your gut. Trust your intuition. And know that you are a gift. Know that the Fire Guardian card says that you can ignite your passions. It's completely safe. Your guardian angels, your spirit guides, they are there to help you. They will protect you and take you through it and make it happen. Okay. Thank you very much. Miss Chris Lily J for love. I feel like it is business, Laura. And I feel like it's gonna be fine. Oh shit. Pardon me for swearing. Okay, so Chris, when I dropped that last charm, it was a P and it flew right over onto my keyboard face up. Do you need to pee, Chris? If you need to pee, it's okay, I can wait. Do you need to pee, Chris? Because that pee just jumped out at me and like landed up face upright, staring me right in the face, telling me like, hey, I'm a P and I'm here. So you're good, Chris? You don't need to pee? You also have a V. And you have an E. That's funny. That's the actual... You have peed? Good girl, Chris. PvE, in gaming terms, is player versus environment. Like when you're playing a video game, there's a terminology called PvE, which is player versus environment. And I wonder if that factors in. But let's look at the charms really quick. Huh. Hold on one second. All right, so we've got the if you believe in yourself, anything is possible, but it's flipped upside down, like it was upside down and face down. So I feel like there's this, you have a very sort of simple charm board for your read. You have the fish here. This is usually what I put this fish in here as the symbol for Pisces. But I don't know if this represents as a Pisces. Let me just ask, because you also have the dolphin. You've got a lot of like leaping fish going on here. What is that about? The dolphin represents communication and intelligence. Friendship sometimes also, right? And I feel like, what is your sign, Chris? Because I feel like these fish are almost swimming in a circle around you. Like this fish is going this way and this fish is going this way. The dolphin. It's really weird, but I feel like they're almost swimming around you. Like, do you have some strange connection to water and the ocean. You are a Pisces? Ah! This is the like doing the Pisces symbol around you. I feel like one's swimming in this direction and one is swimming in this direction. And I feel like they're swimming all around these charms, okay? So like this is what I want to tell you. This is in your present time space around love, okay? So we have this charm that's face down, which is this: if you believe in yourself, anything is possible. So I'm going to say, I want to flip this over because I just want to see it and look at it. You also have the dream charm, you have the brave charm, which is above, like face upright. But we also have another charm here, which is family. And so family is sort of face down, and it makes me think that quite possibly there may be some messages that came from your family or are around your family that maybe aren't beneficial to love. Like maybe you've seen some things in your lifetime where uh, maybe their idea of love didn't necessarily fit with yours, that sort of a thing. So I feel like maybe you might be trying to work through some of those sort of things that you've seen or ways that you've experienced or things that have been told you where you've maybe not been validated in some way. Does that make sense? So I feel like that's why that's face down. It's because it's like I think it kind of contributes to this: if you believe in yourself, anything is possible being face down. And these fish are swimming in both directions around you. And I feel like these fish, it's funny to me, but I feel like these fish are actually like your spirit guides or your Piscesness or your energy, your magic. They're like swimming around trying to heal this space where this ability to dream is, this ability to be brave, and you have these things. You also have the family charm in here, and it's like as they swim around in circles, I feel like they're gonna flip this over so that you can believe in yourself and anything can be possible. Now, in your higher mind, you have the Jesus charm. I'm not saying that you're necessarily religious. I want to flip him over. But he's up here. I don't know if maybe he's kind of in the past and he was upside down and flipped over. So I'm not so sure. It almost makes me want to think that possibly you might have been raised with some religious beliefs or something that maybe don't fit you now, or they don't necessarily dictate. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if you came from a religious background and it maybe didn't work for you, or what you were taught didn't make sense to you and you knew it in your higher mind. You were like, no, that's not the Jesus I know, or no, that's not right for me. That spiritual information isn't correct. But that's what I feel like this is about. But I do feel like his presence is here or his love is here for you. It's not like something that goes away. And up here you have the faith charm. And it's interesting because he's sort of near the Jesus charm. It says to me like you've had it, and then here's the guardian angel charm. Okay. So to me, like I look at this and I feel like you're not trusting your magic. You're trying to trust your logic. The knowledge charm is face up. You have the owl, which is knowledge. And to me, I feel like the magic part of your Piscesness is being denied on some level. This faith charm, Jesus and the guardian angel says to me that you are protected and that you have this stuff. It's all in your higher mind and available to you, but you're sort of building this faith on your own, I feel like. That's why these are turned over. I feel like you can have the relationship with these two at any point in time that you want. They're there and available to you. They're even trying to assist you, but you're kind of like, no, I want to do it on my own. I want to do it on my own. And then you have these two little fish swimming around in a circle, trying to like stir up the water, is kind of the picture that I'm getting, to make enough of a like ripple, again, that word ripple, and to make enough of the water spin enough that this flips over and you start to believe this. If you believe in yourself, anything is possible. Logically, though, you're looking at stuff from a place of logic, I feel like, or maybe going into the future, you're going to be trusting your logic a little bit over. But then you have this intuitive, you have both of the amethyst stones, one in your subconscious and one in your present mind. So this says to me that like subconsciously you're working on your intuition big time coming in the future. And then you have this tiny little charm that has a flower on it. And I feel like something's going to bloom. Like something that's going to be very faint. It may be a voice, it may be an idea, but something is going to come forth from your intuition, from the sort of the transition that happens with all of this, right? As you allow this stuff to transition, as your faith grows stronger, which you already have it, but you're going to grow it stronger and stronger. I feel like you will sort of flip this charm over and start to like maybe talk with your angels, trust your guardian angels, let them sort of work with you too. It leads you to this place into the future, which is this is my queen crown, right? This is the crown that I associate with the queen. This is the big beautiful crown. This is about treating yourself like as if you were royalty, or being treated like you were royalty, right? So if there is love coming, you're going to be treated very well. And if it's only you that's treating you well, that's fine enough. But I feel like there could very possibly be somebody else treating you very well in the near future. I'm just going to pull this up because there's another charm underneath. It is the house cat. The house cat to me is like a domestication sort of charm. Like to me, it's about sort of not only being the queen and being treated and like knowing your value and your love and your honor, but also it's about this uh, having this sort of security at home, this sort of peace at home, being the queen of your castle, being kind of also, I know that you've told me now that I know, I'm going to say also that this cat sort of reminds me of the roos that you take care of, the kangaroos. Like this is also like sort of a domesticated animal, but this makes me think of the love that animals bring. And so I also feel like that this cat represents some of that too, like the work that you do there rehabilitating the kangaroos and stuff. That also brings about this sort of queen energy, this like loving, beautiful, honorable energy that you have about yourself that you're gonna realize and start to own if you haven't already. I feel like right now you're working on it. You're getting that faith, you're getting the bravery, you're beginning to dream. You're just sort of like bringing it all together. And as you bring it together, it will start to really become almost second nature and intuitive for you, both in your conscious mind and in your subconscious mind. As that happens, like something, I don't know if this, I feel like this is either a small idea or a small voice. Something is going to shift, something's going to click. And as it clicks, you're going to, this crown takes place in your higher mind, right? Where you start to realize your worth, your value, your beauty, your strength, all of the things that are representational of a queen, and you are going to sort of treat yourself as such. And in doing that, the rest of the world begins to also treat you that way. Okay? I am going to do an I am everything card for you because I did one for Bessie. So let me do that really quick. Oh, you do wild cats too? Okay. I just feel like that. I knew that you did the kangaroos, but like any animal rescue, I just feel like that's your connection to the animals and your home. And it also ties into that feeling of being really accomplished and understanding your value, your beauty, and your sort of just how impressive that is, right? And maybe you just kind of don't see that quite right. I'm not saying that you see it incorrectly, but I'm saying right now you might be a little bit preoccupied and just think, oh well, I just do animal rescue and that's what I do. But actually, what you do is much more honorable than you give yourself credit for. And I feel like that crown is you sort of really understanding that and really owning that and seeing that for what it is, the beauty that it is. And that's when you begin to believe in yourself and anything is possible. And this is the blue stone, which is always, I associate with certainty. So it's about becoming very certain of that fact. So yours is I am alive. I honor my life by letting go, dancing, singing, and feeling the fullness of my joyful energy. I am my true self when I am having fun. I am alive. So I think this is about you just, and it's interesting to me because this is so wrapped up maybe with the animal rescue, and maybe that's where you feel the most alive, or you feel the most empowered or passionate and right on the money. And I feel like that's what this card is saying too. I honor my life by letting go, dancing, singing, and feeling the fullness of my joyful energy. I am my true self when I am having fun. I am alive. Do you want to take a picture of this, Chris, or is it okay to clear the board? Is it okay if I clear the board? Okay, thank you, Chris. All right, so the next person is Jennifer Kelly for a card. Jennifer Kelly, are you still here? Thank you, Chris, for letting me do that. Okay, so Jennifer Kelly, I'm going to work with the angels and ancestors if that's okay. And probably do an I am everything also. So I'm assuming, Jennifer, you just want like a general reading, or did you have a specific, like one word subject that you want me to look at? Like if it's love or career or, you know, or do you just want general? And then Tammy, you're up next. Thank you for being patient, Tammy. Hey, Nicole Bowles Chambliss. Look at all that sparkliness. I love it. Love relationship? Okay. I'm going to shuffle for that. Give me one moment. I just want to check PayPal and make sure nothing else has slipped through so that I'm not paying attention. Okay, we're good there. All right. So, love relationship for Jennifer Kelly. Thank you, Cindy. Please like the business page. If you like what I do, please like the business page and follow it. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel as I'm trying to build a channel over on YouTube too. Hit the bell over there after you hit subscribe and it will notify you whenever I'm on. I do these read nights every Wednesday and Friday, and then every morning I have a morning forecast for the day that's for everybody. Uh-oh, I think we have a new chunky. Cindy, are you a chunky? Oh. Okay, let me see here now. For Jennifer Kelly's love relationship, what do we got going on here? Let's pull a card from here. And let me shuffle these really quick. Thank you for being patient too, Cindy. Nicole Bowles Chambliss, where is it that it's 4 a.m.? Where are you? Are you over on in the UK? You must be, or maybe no, it's like 11 a.m. or so in Australia. So you must be like UK? Oh, chunky is a joke that we were making about Cindy Wazzy says chunky what? Because these are charm readings, and the people that love them really love them. They tune in like every time I do it. I was calling them a charm junkie, and I was like, oh, you're actually a chunky, and so that's like my nickname is the Chunkies. Crystal Jay's a chunky too. Yeah, are you a chunky? I think it's cute. We're taking back the word chunky and making it good again. It means that you love charm readings. Okay. All right. So let's look at Jennifer. Uh, let's look at Jennifer's love relationship stuff. Jennifer, you're still with me, right? Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna say this, Jennifer. When I was shuffling your first set of cards, I felt a lot of resistance, and I kind of felt like I wanted to slam the cards down on the desk, and I wasn't sure if maybe you have had some frustration in relationships recently, or have been angry at some stuff. And it's funny, when I flip this over, the red in her scarf over her head sort of feels like a little bit of that frustration or anger that you might have been feeling of recent because of relationships. I don't know if that's correct or not, but it does sort of feel like maybe there's been a little bit of resistance, right? But as I'm looking at this, I also feel like this red does look like she's still open to love, right? That color red makes me think of that. But it does say to me that she is also sort of still sort of kind of healing herself with this bowl. To me, this feels almost like a tea. I know that oracles used to look into the smoke and sort of divine the future, right? But to me, I feel like there's a healing that's taking place, maybe from a previous relationship that you're going through right now. And because of that, this oracle says, wait for important information. And I feel like this snake here feels like, even though this is a tattoo on her arm, it feels like maybe you dated a snake recently or somebody that didn't treat you so kindly. And I feel like that bite still lingers, right? And you're learning from that. The snake is a very like, they use the snake in a symbol of healing on the doctor symbol with the two serpents going up the symbol for the doctor with the two serpents. It's actually a very healing symbol in a lot of different cultures. And so to me, this feels like the snake is sort of like the memory of that, but also the transmutation of those lessons and learning them, letting them go, letting go of like sort of maybe the pain or the frustration of say maybe a previous relationship, and being ready for new important information to kind of come forth, healing to come forth, and you're facilitating this healing. I feel like this is a position of power. She is not like, oh, poor me. This woman is like, you know what? No scrubs for this chick is how she feels to me. She might be a little bit, how do I want to say this? Like, I feel like she's on a timeout, but it's a timeout that she's chosen for herself. And it's a timeout that's of value to herself. She's open to love, like I said, with the red in this headscarf, but she's also still dealing with sort of the frustration or the aggravation of a previous love that she's still healing from. And I definitely felt that when I was putting your cards together. Like it felt a little bit like there was a little bit of resistance, and I almost wanted to call out and ask, are you sure you're ready for a relationship? So, the next card I'm going to do is this I am affirmation card, and this is I am passionate. I put my entire heart into the people and things I believe in. My passion is a powerful force. It is an eternal fuel. I recognize the strength of my passion, and therefore I am careful where I choose to focus it. I am passionate. I kind of love that because she is here with this red scarf, right? And she's sort of ready to love, and she knows that she's ready to love, but she's also in a place of strength. She's in a place of healing herself, right? And she's in a place of awareness. She sees her strength. She understands the power that her passion is a powerful force. It is an eternal fuel, and she recognizes the strength of it. So, like, let's not waste it on any more snakes, right? The other thing I want to say is that I feel like when she's ready, she'll know it and she'll like sort of make it happen in a way. That's why it says here, I am careful where I choose to focus it. I am passionate because that passion can be so intense, it can create very quickly. The oracle, this says wait for important information. So you're probably I feel like you're sort of waiting for this healing to come about or this information to come about so that you can understand exactly what it is that you want for your next relationship so that you can go about having it because you know that with that passion comes creation, right? And you will be able to create it for yourself and you want to make sure that you create it in a way that is uh, not exact. Exact is the wrong word, but accurate. Accurate doesn't feel right either. What is the word I'm looking for? What are you trying to say? Like this time, you want to make sure that you create it correctly. Because I feel like even in the past, even with the relationships that maybe didn't go so well, they were passionate. They might have been great and hit off like fire in the beginning. That's why this red cloak keeps pulling my attention too. It's like you feel things deeply. The card says this, right? This shows me that you feel things deeply. That when you do hit it off, you hit it off and it goes deep, quick, fast, boom, and then maybe the burn happens or something doesn't work out, and it feels like you have to take that time to heal. And each time you heal, you learn a little bit more. And each time you learn your own strength and you learn your own capability in creating these relationships, right? So now we're becoming more discerning about where we put that attention and that passion. We're understanding the strength of it, the value of it, the beauty of it, and this next time around, like right now, this wait for important information, I feel like is about you figuring out exactly what it is you want that's going to honor you in another partner. And when you find that out, then you'll be ready to move forward. Timeline as to when you'll be ready. Um, I think only this is the thing. I don't think I can answer that for you because I keep looking at this and it says wait for important information. This is about you knowing when you are ready. Um, and I think that this is about you sort of having to understand it's not about a timeline. It's not about when it's going to happen. It's about like when I look at these two cards, this is about internal stuff. This isn't about an outside relationship. This is about your relationship to yourself, right? And so I feel like the Oracle, she's a powerful woman. You're a powerful woman. And you are realizing that more and more through each relationship, right? You want your next relationship to be the right one. You don't want to waste this passion or this energy, this valued energy on the wrong person. So it says wait for the important information. The important information isn't about, well, I feel that the important information isn't about like when it's going to happen next. It's about, what do I need to do to be ready? What do I need in a significant other? What do I need to have honored in me? What do I honor in myself? What am I willing to put up with? What am I no longer willing to put up with? That kind of a thing. Do you see what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, the timeline isn't. It's not even a matter of a timeline. It's a matter of when we let this go, and we really honor and understand our value. That's when I think, at that point, I think maybe the timelines don't matter, right? Because we don't care at that point, because we know the value we have, and we don't necessarily need the other counterpart or the other part to validate us. And I feel like, not saying that you do, but I'm just saying that this to me feels about like you figuring that out and finding that information within yourself. Once you find that information and that awareness, that understanding, then all of a sudden you're able, then you'll be ready. Okay. Kelly Talbot says, that's how I feel sometimes, but I find I work well in chaos. All right, I'm going to clear these cards away and get on to the next charming. All right, so Tammy Sylvester, you still want a general charming, correct? Tammy, you just sent me more money. Is that for somebody else? You are learning a ton. That's what I'm saying. But the thing is that I really think that the learning now is about within you, kind of thing. Like, that's the strength of the oracle, as she sees for herself. You're welcome, Jennifer. You're very welcome. Hey, Zena, how are you? I'll do this, Tammy. Tammy, who's the other one for? Just so I can put him on the list. Danimal. Who is the for Mary? Okay. All right. So let me do a general for Tammy, and then Mary. I'm gonna put Cindy Wozni in between Tammy and Mary because she's been waiting for a card. And then is Jamie DePasquale here still? Chunky Jr. Jamie, if you're here, speak up, okay? I'm gonna start Tammy's charming, general charming. Moo, Tammy Lyman. All right, can I get a general charming for Miss Tammy? What does Tammy need to know right now? Okay, good, Jamie. I'll add you to the list. Just give me 1 minute, okay? Okay, let's see what we got going on here. We've got a V. We've got an A. We've got an H. We've got an E. So that would be have. We've got an A. I mean an L. What am I talking about? I'm looking at the A and I'm setting down the L. Havel Nagila! I'm just kidding. All right, so there's your letters. Let's look at your charms really quick. Interesting. Okay, Tammy, I'm going to start here right in the center because there seems to be a lot of activity right in the center. I'm going to say this. The first thing I want to say is, girl, what is going on? This is what I want to say. It feels like there's a whole lot of energy surrounding you and your family right now. Concern for the family, or maybe you not feeling the family charm is face up, but it is upside down. So it feels to me like there's a lot of work, or that you're, as I'm looking at this, it feels like you're holding tight for the family or trying to keep things under control. Does that make sense? So this charm here tells me that there's been a lot of hard work that's taken place in the past that you've had to deal with, that you've maybe muscled through and taken care of and done, right? Um, You have the Mary charm down in the subconscious, and she's face down and upside down. And sometimes this feels like this could be a passing. This could be a passing of a mother. I don't know if your mother is passed, but I feel like this could be the passing of a female friend or important, like older female to you. Uh, like maybe after you got out of the clear of all of this hard work, all of a sudden this hit the family. Does that make sense? And so, in this, like, I almost feel like this triggered off sort of like maybe this storm here. It doesn't feel bad. It just feels like the picture that I'm getting in my mind's eye is like you're trying to hold everything together for everybody else. Even if it's not really your job, but you're the strong one, right? And so you're the one like kind of holding it all together. What you are gaining from this though, and this is what I love about this, is you have the giant owl charm, which this is like major knowledge, major wisdom and knowledge, and it's sitting on top of the giant transformation. This is the big butterfly underneath it. So not only do we have knowledge and transformation, but there's a big shift taking place in your perception of who you are, how you see yourself, how you do things maybe in your world, because you're handling all of this stuff, and almost I feel like you're protecting this family in a way from whatever maybe this was and all the chaos that's sort of coming from that. Now, the other thing that you have here is you have this little button charm that I've had for years in that box, and it's got a little star on it. I think it's like a little rivet. I don't remember what it's from. Like it's from a piece of clothing of some sort, and I held on to it forever. I found it in that box, so I added it to the charm box. But the star on it, it's sitting here like between Mary and um this owl says to me like I really feel like, and don't take this the wrong way, I'm not really realizing it is your mother. Okay, thank you. I want to say this, Tammy. It feels to me like the loss of her, she's connecting to this knowledge and she's showing you the star that you fucking are. Like she's trying to tell you from your subconscious, she's trying to bring this forward and show you you're like learning how strong you really are, how knowledgeable you really are, how like what a force to be reckoned with you really, really are. And I feel like there's a connection. Oh, I'm getting chills down my back right now. Like I'm feeling like I'm being touched. Like she's trying to say that she's showing you you're shining like a star right now. And even though all of this isn't necessarily your responsibility to deal with, you're taking it all on, is kind of how I feel like I want to say. Now, here, this is sort of down in your subconscious, but this is strength. And the reason why I feel it's so cool that that's. I love when this shit happens. Okay, so the reason why this is down like face down is because you don't believe, you're not seeing your strength, I think, because I see so much strength, wisdom, and transformation happening in here. I see so much protection happening here. I see you being this rock that you say your mom is, right? Or like, maybe that your mom was. I feel like you've taken on the role of her and you don't even realize it yet, and you're not seeing that. That's why this strength card is like, the strength charm is flipped over. It's like you're utilizing all this strength here and you haven't quite yet realized it. Like you're coming into the realization of that. As you come into this realization of the actual strength that it's taking you to deal with all of this stuff, and not only deal with it but transform it and make things happen, and like be okay with stuff, you're gonna subconsciously become aware you have this crown here. This is that royalty charm. This is about understanding one's own beauty, one's own like value, one's own uh, dignity, all the things that like a queen would represent, right? This is about really like adopting that, knowing that at a very deep level. But this is for your future, right? So you're gonna get there as you work through all of this stuff. Now, you do have this half heart charm. Okay. This is like when I put this in here, I felt like there's another half to this heart in there, and I felt like these were the twin flames, right? I don't necessarily believe in twin flame. Um, well, it's not that I don't believe, I think that a lot of people misinterpret twin flame meaning, and they attribute twin flame stuff to situations that are actually toxic and not really their twin flames. I believe that we can have many soulmates in a lifetime. A twin flame, I believe, probably exists. I think that it's highly possible and probable, but I think that they are extremely rare situations. And when you go into like twin flame rooms and there's all these people talking about, oh, I love my twin flame, but he's strung out on heroin and he robbed me last week. It's like, honey, that's not your fucking twin flame. I'm sorry. God would not put that in your way. But, anyways, I want to say this. I put these in as the twin flame, right? But what I feel like is this is part of like your mending heart, or your heart has been broken, quite possibly around the loss of this, or maybe some other situations. You also have the throat chakra charm, and it feels like you're not saying something, you're like biting your tongue. Maybe somebody's misbehaving or not being appropriate. And to me, it feels like you're sort of holding back and not saying something um, in an effort to maybe keep the peace, right? Um, in all the midst of this, I feel like this heart here feels like it needs, like you're kind of putting it aside, or maybe like dealing with other people's stuff in an effort to take care of them first before you. That's okay. I think that's completely noble and lovely, but don't forget to take care of yourself. Don't forget to speak. And that's funny that the camera popped right when I touched this charm to the malachite. This charm is definitely about the throat chakra and speaking your truth, okay? You have the personal power charm, upright, the horse. He's up here in your higher mind. And you also have the hummingbird, which represents joy, but it is face down. So right now, I feel like you're trying to get to joy. You know joy exists. You're trying to get back there. You're just trying to work through all of this stuff and figure it out. You do have the rose charm here, which is face down, but it is sort of upright, and it's mixed in with all this stuff swirling around this family. This is Saint Anthony of Padua. He's the remover of all obstacles, but he also could represent maybe a past loved one that's male, I think, because he's also upside down and face down. He might be like a he could very well be like a loved one that's close to you that's looking over you while you're looking over everybody else, is what I feel like. I feel like he's sort of watching out for you and making sure that you're okay because you're busy making sure others are okay, and you may not be necessarily like focusing on yourself as much as you could be. So he's kind of trying to um, keep eyes on you in this situation, and he's sort of trying to help you with this situation as best he can. Um, the rose here to me feels like you being protected, and he is right next to the rose. Um, I want to say that this feels like you are protected, but I feel like you don't know it. It's similar to how this strength charm was flipped over. It's like you're utilizing your strength, yet you don't realize it. Here, it feels like you're protected, but maybe you don't realize how protected you are because there might be so much going on, and there might be things that you're not saying. You might be having, like, your heart might be hurting a little bit. You're feeling like you're missing maybe your other half, or whatever's going on for you. There's a part of you that, like, is like missing, or needing, healing. So um I feel like this charm is saying to me, you are protected, you are there, it's there, but you're not seeing it. You're not acknowledging it. Like maybe you're putting it to the side or set, maybe it's you're not feeling quite as protected because this was flipped over. There is healing that's taking place in the higher mind too, but I feel like it's happening slowly. That's why it's the number two. It's not like a high number like six, which would be like a more intense, faster process. This to me feels like it's more slow, but I also feel like the two means that it's a healing that's happening at a slower pace, but what I'm hearing is that it's also, although it's happening at a slower pace, it's happening with more, because it's happening slowly, it has more depth to it, or it has more strength. Like it's very grounded and a strong healing that's taking place. And so just you have to trust that and let that happen. You have the spider, which represents sort of like weaving, writing, that sort of thing. I don't know if you do any writing, but it might help you to write out some of whatever it is that you're not saying to get clear on your thoughts. I think that might benefit this hurt heart, or this symbol here, that this spider's right all over it. So maybe you need to write a letter. Maybe there's something that, and it's next to the Eiffel Tower. I'm wondering if this is your husband, Tammy, and I'm wondering if you need to write a love letter to your husband. This is the love letter. Like the love, the Eiffel Tower is the love, and there's some things that maybe you need to say to him, that you need to write to heal your heart. And when you do that, what you're going to end up doing is you're going to realize that he's way more around you, watching over you and protecting you than you realize. And you're going to be able to understand and take strength from that. That healing is going to take place. The two of you are still sort of together. Even though you're on this plane healing, he's on the opposite plane and he's still trying to help you. You also have the Sacred Heart Charm. It's face down, but it is in the future position. So it does say to me that, like, this is about beaming heart energy, healing your heart. Maybe this heart becomes this heart at a certain point, but we have to deal with this heart first before we can get this charm to flip over and start to emanate that beautiful light from it. But as we're doing that, that's when we start to really understand our strength and our beauty and our, you know, who we are, and start to treat ourselves from a very deep level with that self-respect. I'm not saying you don't respect yourself. I think you do very much so, but it will get even deeper and better. Okay. This other charm that's in the future here is it says passionate. This charm showed up in the first one. This is the Scorpio charm. And I don't know if this represents as some Scorpio energy showing up in your life. This could be the potential of some new experience. I feel like because there's this little gap here, it's going to be a little bit of ways in the future. So don't expect this to be like right away. There's this and this that needs to take place first. As these two things take place, you prepare yourself for this. So if you happen to meet a passionate Scorpio, don't be surprised, but that might be in the future. But you're going to want to be in this place where you're emanating from your heart and you're treating yourself like royalty, so that they're able to see that and respond in kind and treat you with that same sort of respect and meet you at that level. Because this level and this crown and this heart and this strength, they are no joke, sister. They are no joke. Okay? So I think that you're heading to a really good place, even if stuff feels a little bit chaotic right now. It's like you are really strong in what you know. You are really strong in what's transforming for you. You just have to continue to have faith and continue to move forward and continue to like sort of upright this familial situation, mend this heart. I really think might be about, like, if you can't speak it out, I really think that the spider is saying that maybe you need to write out what it is you're not. I'm not saying that maybe you're not saying it, but the communication, like get really clear on your communication. Bring that communication forward. Bring it from a place of love. The Eiffel Tower is definitely about love in this charming. And it could very easily, this practice, maybe you do it more than once, you know, maybe you have to do it a couple of times. But I feel like it's going to mend this heart and bring it back to like full glory. And I'm going to do an I Am Everything card for you because we've been doing them for everybody tonight. So let me just shuffle the deck one moment. I feel like as I look at these letters, I feel like it's like what I'm hearing in my head is it's supposed to be have love. Have love. Like, and I'm hearing like, I have love for you. Have love for yourself. That's kind of what I'm hearing. I don't know. I'm also hearing they're like, we couldn't get 2 V's out of the box for Christ's sakes. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see. What is your I Am affirmation card? Oh my gosh. It's I am passionate. I put my entire heart into people and things I believe in. My passion is a powerful force. It is an eternal fuel. I recognize the strength of my passion, and therefore I am careful where I choose to focus it. I am passionate. And remember, this Scorpio charm on the back of it says passionate. Can you see that with the glare of the light? Sorry. So that's your card for tonight. That card came up in the previous reading. So that's funny. Out of all of those, I think there's like 55 cards. Oh no, 30 cards. Sorry. So that's your card. Do you need to take a screenshot? Awesome. Thank you. You know, I see you guys all saying like, I have chills, I have goosebumps. You know that stuff is spirit, right? You know that stuff is spirit all around you guys. Just acknowledge it for what it is. Say hello. Say thank you. Let it be around you. Trying to get this camera to focus. Come on, camera. Are you kidding me? Come on. There we go. Okay. All right. So Lisa Vanderham asks, does anyone do this kind of readings, even cards for pets, for instance? I have a cat, Puma is her name, and we are separated until spring when I move back and would love a card read on her. That's highly possible, Lisa. I've never done that. Somebody asked me to do a charming on their dog, and I've done that sort of a thing. It's been interesting. So it's possible. I can't guarantee like what would come out. Like I don't know what sort of information we would get, but that's definitely something that could be visited or attempt it. You know, I think spirit can do all kinds of stuff. So Cindy Wozni, you're up next, and then we've got Mary, and then I've got Jamie Di Pasquale. If Jamie's still here, I hope so. And then who was the other? Somebody else was asking really quick. There was somebody else that was just asking. Is it Nicole Chambliss? Oh, my pen is dying on me. One moment, guys. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so, all right, so that's what we're gonna do, guys. Are we ready for that? So Cindy, Wozny's next, then Mary's charming, and then I got Jamie and Nicole, and that's it. We're cut off. Then I'm ending it at that point because we're at 2 hours right now. So I think I took a little bit long time on some of these charmings. So let me get to Cindy's cards really quick. Oh, it's also the double cards and stuff that I'm doing. That might be part of it too. Okay, Cindy, did you have a subject that you need? Did you have a specific subject or just a general, dear? Lisa, like, I'm happy to try it. We can try a card for her on Friday. Just come in on Friday at 7:30 and get on the list, and we can try and do a card for Puma then. Or if you want to buy a charming for Friday night, you can do that too. They're $25. You just send it in the link if you want a charming read on Puma. General, okay. I'm going to shuffle cards right now. Give me one moment, Cindy. It's funny to me as I'm shuffling the cards, Cindy. I feel like your energy is very peaceful, like very at ease. Like I feel like you're the peacemaker. I don't know if that's true or not, but I feel like there's a calmness as I'm shuffling the cards. Like if there is like drama around you, you're the one that sort of soothes it or fixes it. I don't know if that's correct. Um, you're definitely not the one that creates it. Does that make sense? Feels like you're the soother in the family, the healer, the calmer downer. Like it feels very peaceful to me, very almost like light, like soft energy. Okay, there's your angel and ancestor card, and let me get your I am everything affirmation card. This camera keeps going in and out of focus. I think it's my hands are too close to it. If it's this I am passionate card again, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm just kidding. Can you all hear her snoring? Okay, so general reading for Sydney Wozni. I hope I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, I'm sorry. All right, so your angel and ancestors card is Medicine Mother. Honor your inner knowing. And what I love about this card is, to me, this card feels like about that peacefulness that I was talking about when I had felt in the shuffle, about how you're like the healer one in the family, or like when there's chaos around you, you're the peacemaker. I feel like she's very grounded in her energy. And I feel like when it's medicine mother, it feels like, you're the caretaker, or the one that sort of heals the battles, or the dramas that maybe go on in the workplace, or in the home, or with amongst the family members. You're always sort of the peacemaker, the knowledgeable one. People turn to you maybe for advice, or guidance, or you find yourself maybe guiding people and you don't even realize it. But to me, this is about like that strength of knowing, and honoring that in you, like being aware of the fact that you actually do bring something to the table. There is this beauty and knowledge within you that allows people to sort of heal, or your presence actually brings, like, that lightness that I was feeling in the energy, or that calmness that I was feeling in the shuffle, actually brings that sort of calmness to a situation where it's needed, and it actually can kind of help assist and heal that. And the reason why I feel like this card is coming up is, it feels to me like it's the angel's way of saying to you, like, hey Cindy, you've got a gift here, like, use it. I mean, you are using it, but this is about honoring it. So, like, being really conscious of the fact that this is a skill that you have that maybe others don't. This is a skill that you can actually, as you honor it and sort of acknowledge it and show gratitude towards it, it will grow stronger and more centered and more grounded, and more, you'll actually be able to, like, have a more healing impact on these situations. Does that make sense? So I feel like she's telling you, you have this, like, beautiful power within you of peace. And with that peace, when you bring that and you share that, or you shine that into situations, and you calm those situations, you, like, sort of, just by being there, or listening, or healing. Like, I almost feel like she doesn't even really do much other than just be present, and bring herself to the situation. As you do that, it's just going to get stronger and stronger, and be more powerful and more powerful, and do more and more healing. Does that make sense? So the card that is your I am affirmation, I am everything affirmation, is I am transformed. And it's number 22, which is a master number. I just want to point that out just because I think that's cool. And it says, I see the beauty of change. Everything I have been through transformed me into who I am today. I am so much braver. I am so much more caring. I am so much more emotionally intelligent. I am so much more open. I will continue changing and improving. I am transformed. And that, to me, kind of ties in, and not even kind of, it really does tie into this medicine mother, because it says to me that you've been, it says here, I see the beauty of change. Everything I've been through transformed me into who I am today. I am so much braver. I am so much more caring. And that's what this medicine mother is, right? And she's saying, honor your inner knowing. And that's what this statement of I am transformed is honoring. It's telling you that, like, there. And also, I do think that number 22 is significant because it is a master number. It's like there is a mastery here within medicine mother, and within this I am transformed card. It's like an awareness. It's an I am statement that you honor the transformation that's taken place. You honor everything that you've been through up until this point, and you own it. And she is honoring it. She is about honoring that inner knowing, right? So we are acknowledging that and owning it from a place of being in gratitude for the transformation. And because of that, we're able to share that gift without much, how do I want to say this? Like, medicine mother doesn't have to struggle to share her knowledge. She just sort of gives it just by being present, in a way, right? And so your presence has a major healing impact. And the more that you honor that, the more healing it's going to provide and the stronger it will get. I hope that makes sense. Sorry, the camera's kind of not centered. Yeah, exactly. Cindy says that card is so me or everything I've been through. I never regret that I've been through hell and back. I am who I am because of that. Exactly, but it's also made you, it's given you this inner knowing, this internal strength, this awareness, and this sort of quiet ability to just be in your power. Okay, so I'm going to move on just because I have to sort of finish this stuff up. I hate to be so quick, Sydney. I know you're new to me, but um, I do need to get to Mary's charming, and I still have 2 more readings to do. So, Mary, what are we doing for you? You're welcome, Cindy. Welcome to the club, or welcome to the group. You know, if you can join the Facebook group. A lot of these ladies are in the Facebook group every day. The people that you see in the chat, they're here every day. I do a daily broadcast. If you hit the like and subscribe button, you can join in every morning and see the spiritual forecast. There's a good community of people around there. You're very welcome, Cindy. Mary, what do you want your charming to be on, dear? Hey, Betsy. Welcome back. Stony crack charming. Hello. Hey Tanya Melendez, I actually have my list full right now. If you like the business page and hit follow, it'll alert you when I go live. I do this every Wednesday and Friday night. And card pulls are free, but it's right now I've got 2 more card pulls and a charming that I have to do. And then I need to sign off because I've already been on over 2 hours. So if you hit the subscribe button on the business page, it'll notify you when I go on live again, which will be Friday night, will be the next time. Or I go on in the mornings, but the mornings are just a forecast that I do for everybody. It's a one read for the entire collective. It's not personalized, so I don't do card pulls in the morning. But it's a fun way to wake up in the morning. General reading. Okay, thank you. General charming, reporting for daily. Alright, thank you, Spirit. Okay. Let's see what we've got going on here. So right out of the gate, the first thing that I see is the big knowledge or the big owl. And this is in the present time space, present mind, conscious mind, very much being in your own knowledge. This is really important right now, I feel like, for you. I feel like this is important because you've got the metal cobra right here. There's something you need to be like I never want to predict like, ooh, girl, watch out. But to me, the cobra is sort of like, be careful. There's something sort of around you, and it is the metal cobra. I also have a rubber snake in there that's sort of like the snake that you kind of don't need to worry about. He's kind of a joke. This one would be sort of more of a no joke sort of thing. So there might be like a little bit of a traitorous energy around you, or somebody that maybe you can't trust. I also feel like uh, this is the grounding stone, the first chakra, right? The first chakra stone. So this is about Give me one moment, Mary. Okay. All right, I'm going to go with this. Are you ready for this, Mary? I'm going to give you sort of my take on what's going on here, or what I'm hearing about all of these charms right now. And I don't know, this is going to get a little bit out there for you, I think, but we're going to go with it. So um, stick with me. This is about your knowledge and staying true to what you know to be true. That's most important. Underneath this knowledge, you have the hatchet, right? And it's like here and ready to be swung. And I feel like you're hiding it behind your knowledge. This snake to me feels like, and this is where it gets kind of weird, Mary, is I feel like this is negative energy or negative spirits that are around you. And I don't like to predict that sort of shit. Like, I don't like to get involved with that sort of stuff. But this snake, it feels like it's eating off the bones of this fish. Do you see this fish here? Okay. And your grounding stone is on top of this fish. And next to all of this is like your relationship to Jesus, your magic, your personal magic in the past, and then you have the Egyptian button underneath face down, which is like ancient knowledge and wisdom. And I feel like this snake, to me, honestly, feels like, or this is what I'm feeling like is going on here, is this snake is trying to stand in the way of you having all of these things. It's like picking off the bones in a way. Um, and it's keeping you kind of separate. We have the small conch shell, which is usually spirit trying to talk to us. It's like the hey, listen kind of thing, and it's also wrapped up in this circle thing. To me, you also have the hardened heart, but I feel like this is about like past hurt and past pain that kind of recirculates into your mind and is maybe used against you to make you believe that you can't have access to this stuff again. And I think that it's really key that your own inner knowledge and stuff is growing and you're figuring it out, because as you figure it out, this hatchet's going to come free and swing down and like cut this snake right out of the center of your space. You'll get your grounding back. You'll get your knowledge back. You'll get your personal power back. Your connection to your higher power back. Your like I feel like there is communication with spirit here, but I feel like it's sort of faint at best, and I feel like there's sort of maybe some old memories that come back to haunt you. But I feel like these memories, you've actually healed them and they're not as scary as they look, but I feel like this snake is making them scary for you or uses them against you to kind of swirl this all up and make it so that you can't necessarily own it or have it. I know that sounds weird, but that's what I'm feeling with these charms, and I kept checking it just to make sure. I don't ever want to predict negativity or bad things, and I don't think that this is a bad thing, because actually what I'm hearing right now is this snake is here to teach you how to really own these aspects of yourself. And these aspects of yourself, this is, remember when you said you astral travel? That's what this plane is, Mary. That's what I'm hearing right now, is this is you on the astral plane doing astral travel. And I feel like this snake sort of doesn't want you to have access to these things because these things are really powerful. And if you really ground into them, there's a whole bunch of trouble coming. And I mean that in a good way, right? Like, oh shit, if she realizes who she is or what she knows, we can't have that happening. So this snake is kind of in the way trying to tell you that. Now, when I go to the future, and this is the part where I feel like some of this is not clear yet because that's why it's flipped over because it's in the future. But you have the sixth chakra, right? This is the sixth, the third eye chakra opening up, and you also have the faith charm up here in your higher mind. You have the sacred heart beaming bright. You have this Scorpio energy, but to me, I feel like it's upside down and vulnerable, and I think that that's okay. I think that we want that way. There's also Libra energy here. This is the Libra charm. You have the crucifixion of Christ here, but it's face down. I feel like this is about you finding balance with yourself, this Libra charm. Whether, I don't know if you are a Libra or if you know a significant Libra, but I'm feeling like this is just trying to tell me that you're going to find balance. And the reason why this charm is face down is actually that you will stop, like you will start to give yourself a break. Like this is the crucifixion, right? Where to me, sometimes when it's face up, it feels like people like crucifying themselves or like not giving themselves a break. But to me, it being face down feels like you're actually going to find balance and give yourself a break. Stop being maybe critical of yourself. That might be why this Scorpio with the, the pinch or the bite, the criticalness of the Scorpio also won't be allowed anymore. You do have the lover's embrace charm, right? So this is interesting, and it's all around this intuitive. It says intuitive, and this is the symbol for Pisces. So this could mean that you could be meeting a Pisces in the future that you might sort of become romantic with. This could also mean that your relationship with yourself might become much more deeply intuitive and more balanced, and you will be able to sort of honor that and have that and be in that sort of third eye knowing and that faith and that heart space and be balanced and not critical and access your intuition, right? That's the intuitive part here. Like as I'm looking at these charms, like I really feel like there's something in your soul that like you know. I mean, you may not know that you know it yet, but this is all about this giant knowledge. And there's this, the Black Panther's all about like this panther, the jaguar, is all about like shamanic medicine. You have the ancient Egyptian button underneath, and you have Jesus all laying on each other next to the little listen, the astral travel, and this like these sort of maybe painful heart memories, right? And all of this is grounded in this. And I feel like this snake is feeding off the bones of this. I feel like this snake doesn't want you to access all of these things. Normally I see a past, present, future, and I do see the future but I don't feel like this is the past. I feel like this is a struggle that you've been dealing with, maybe all the way since the past, but it's still going on. And if you access this stuff, stop entertaining this energy or whatever this is that's sort of getting in your way or keeping you from, it's like I literally feel like I see it like eating off of the bones of this fish. Like I feel like it's feeding off of you or keeping you away from some of your power. I see you getting your power with this faith, these charms. These are very strong charms here. The balance, the intuition of the Pisces and the lovers. All of these are very strong charms, but right now I feel like there's a bit of a like a battle. This is you right here. You're strong and you're big, but it's like this owl needs to eat this snake. This owl has this hatchet behind it. Like it's like trying to find the right time to just bring it down on this snake and get this snake out of the picture. Hey Kristen, how are you? So I think to be honest, how do you get rid of it, Mary? I think that, yeah, exactly. Chop that snake. Oh, Kristen, you know what? We've got a name for the people that love the Charmings. Do you want to know what you're called? Anybody that loves the Charmings, you are now a. And that's how it's spelled. It's a chunky. It's not spelled the like the chunky way that you talk about somebody that's. It's I just put it in there. No, it's not spelled that way, Kelly. It's spelled. I just hashtagged it. That's it. Hashtag chunky with an IE, guys. Chunky for life. Exactly. It's a charm junkie. It's a chunky. You're a chunky if you're a charm junkie. Anyways, so does that make sense to you, Mary? And what I want to ask you is, um, uh, when you say how do I get rid of it, I really honestly think it's about you bringing this, bringing your knowledge, trusting your knowledge, and bringing this this hatchet down on the snake. Don't let your past haunt you. Your past is your past, but your past is also what gives you your strength. The things that you've been through and the strength that this heart has, the realization of that and the skills and the capabilities that you do have, I think that I think you know that they're there. That's why this grounding stone is upright. But for some reason, this dead fish underneath here I feel like this cobra is like blocking you from trying to get in here. It's trying to tell you, oh no, Mary, you don't want to do that. Remember, it's scary back there. It's scary. But what I feel like from this cobra is that the cobra is more afraid of you accessing this shit. Right? Because if you get into this knowledge, who are you? What do you know? Like at a soul level, right? And I think that that's actually the good thing. Like this cobra is actually like he's a helper in a way because he's going to make you step forward and demand him to step aside, right? He's going to make you want it. He's going to make you own it. He's going to make you have it. And when you have it, that's when this faith, these charms flip over, this beautiful sacred heart kicks in, the balance kicks in. You stop the scorpion energy sort of stops, right? Of like maybe being self-critical or I just feel like this is about you maybe loving yourself more, being more intuitive with yourself, more in balance with yourself, crucifying yourself less, and moving into the future in in a more trusting space with yourself. Does that make sense? The thing has been following you because I feel like, to be honest, I'm going to do an I am everything affirmation card for you. To be honest, I feel like this snake uses your memories. I know this sounds weird, but I feel like it uses the pain of your memories to make you feel like you are not powerful and you are beyond powerful. All of these charms tell me you are beyond powerful, and this snake doesn't want you to realize your power, is what I'm feeling from this. And you're beginning to with this giant owl, right? This giant owl is all about wisdom and knowledge. And this snake is like, oh shit, she's starting to figure it out. No, no, no. I'm going to stand here in the way and not let her see this stuff. And I'll remind her by bringing this up in her mind. Remember, this snake could be an aspect of your mind, you know, but it's like you have the hatchet there to bring down on this snake and get rid of it. This is weird, you guys. Your card is I am a gift. Somebody else had the same card. I am a gift to the world. When I lead with kindness and love, I create a ripple effect that benefits more people than I'll ever know. My presence, my knowledge, and my passions contribute to the greater good of the world. I am a gift. So, is there somewhere in your mind or in your space that you're maybe telling yourself that you're not a gift? That you're not powerful? Is there somewhere in your space where you might be afraid of your own power, so you're allowing that snake to stay there? Hey, Linda Massa, how are you? That's interesting too. We've been having a lot of vipers in our readings lately. It's funny, there's been a lot of snake energy in the cards lately in the daily forecasts. Nicole Chambliss just said the VP letters make her think of viper. It's okay though, because I think that you're not going to be afraid for long, Mary. And I say that only because I see all of these good charms that are happening in the future. So to me, it feels like this is just about slaying a few snakes that might be slithering around in your mind, that like old memories or things that haunt you that like, you know, keep you from really owning your space. And you're gonna own your space, girl. And when you do, it's like, oh shit, watch out. Don't be afraid of your gift. But here's the thing too, and you also well, that's the part of it is I think that like you're saying I'm afraid to dig too deep. I think that you go to places and you do things that you don't necessarily need to do. That's my personal opinion. But you and I can have that discussion offline or at another point in time. But like you and I have discussed some stuff about things, and I think that like you don't have to make yourself open to everything. You don't have to allow snakes in. You have to realize that they're there, so to speak. Whatever it is, if it's lower vibrational spirits or whatever, they're just all they are is vibration, and you have the right to remove them from your space and no longer like give them audience. Oh, Linda, don't worry about missing anything. You do it. You say hello almost every day. Like don't you don't have to apologize for anything, Linda. Did you want a screenshot of this, Mary? Oh, thank you, Linda. I love you too. Don't worry about it. You don't have to worry. Anytime you tune in is fine. Kristen. We might have to move the Charmings to Saturday night for Kristen. You're welcome, Mary. All right, so I'm going to clear this board off. First, let's get rid of that snake first. Okay, so I think that's it for my Charmings. I just want to double check. Are you leaving, Linda? Wait. Is Linda going? Yeah. Did she say goodbye? I see Ducky saying, hi, Linda. Night, Linda. Oh, shit. I just undid it. I didn't know that you were... I thought you had taken a screenshot when you said thanks, Mary. Hey, Quanisha. Christina says the dog sounds like our ex-husband snoring. I have 3 of them. It sounds like I sleep with like 3 90-year-old men. All right, so let's do these readings for Jamie. And we'll do readings for Nicole. And then maybe I'll do a quick group read just before we close. Cards for everybody. So, Jamie, throw that bitch in the box, damn. That's what Kristen says. All right, Jamie, did you have a specific subject or do you just want a general card? Yeah, I can do a group read too, Christian. That's fine. I'm gonna do Jamie's and then Nicole's and then I'll do one for the group. General love. Okay, general love. Wow, the camera's really out of focus. I'll fix the camera in just a minute. Let me just finish shuffling these really quick, okay? Might be from the shuffling. I don't know what's putting the camera so out of focus. Oh, just general? Okay, just general. I'll fix the camera in one moment. Let me just finish shuffling really quick, guys. I think it might be from the shuffling underneath the camera. Like my hand's sliding in and out really fast. Might be throwing the camera off. I don't know. Let me adjust this 1 second, see if I can fix it. Okay. Okay. All right, so this is for you, Jamie. This is your general reading. Let me get the chat box up so I can see what you guys are saying. Okay. So, Jamie, you get great teacher. Learn from spiritual experiences. And so, what I like about this card is, first off, we've got like Jesus like hanging out on the card, which is very cool. I feel like there's a piece to this card. There's like an ease to this card. Let me just sort of feel like that needs to be straightened out. there's a peace and an ease to this card, and it says learn from spiritual experiences. And I feel like what he's doing here is he's sort of setting this bird free. There's the geometric shape of the, I think this is called the flower of life. And to me it's like kind of being at one with sort of life, nature, yourself, and learning, like taking those deeper spiritual experiences and bringing them in and sort of realizing like the peace that they bring you and the freedom that they bring you. Like this dove sort of flying free kind of reminds me of that. It's like once you sort of have them or you have that understanding, you can kind of take them and release that understanding and that awareness out into your world, and you sort of bring peace and beauty and sweetness to your life, similar to that other reading actually. But to me this is about you learning from those experiences and really adopting them and living them, right? Kind of like how Jesus lived his teachings, right? And so, not to get all religious on you guys, because I'm not, I don't qualify as like a particularly religious person, but I do believe that, you know, Jesus probably existed at one point in time, and that his teachings, although they may have been morphed by the church, were honorable and beautiful and were meant to make the world a better place. And so, for me, I think that this card is about your experience with that, how you sort of experience that spiritually, how you take that stuff in, where you utilize it, and then the release of it out into the world. How do you project yourself out into the world? How do you sort of take what you've learned and then apply it or share it with the world, right? Because it will take flight and it will have an effect. It will create a change. It will make a difference, right? And so your I am everything affirmation card is I am aware. When I pay attention to my surroundings, I can feel appreciation for everything. I see so much beauty in the world. Being aware means living in the present and fully experiencing my life in the here and now. I am aware. And so I think that's kind of cool. The here and now, experiencing my life fully in the here and now, is definitely a spiritual experience when you can do that, when you can see life through the view of present time eyes. It can be extremely moving and spiritual. That is when you are like in the present moment with your spirit, your mind, and your body all at the same time. And that awareness is that light, right? That light is like this dove that's being released out into the world. And we get to carry that light within all of us. This message isn't just for Jamie, it's for everybody. I wonder if it's the crystals on this pointer that throw everything off. But I just thought about that. Maybe it's the weird crystal energy that screws up the camera. But I think that light, we get to take that out into the world. And so for you, I think that learning about that and realizing that you are a teacher in everything that you do, and you know you can be a great teacher, um, is important. So be aware of that. Jamie says, I don't know why, but I literally teared and choked up when you revealed the meanings of these. Because I think that maybe there's a desire in you to bring that forward. That's why these cards are showing up today. I told you guys at the starting of this, oh, you might not have been here, um, uh, Jamie, when I said that I ask my angels in, I invite my angels in to talk to your guys' angels. So the reason why you might be tearing up and choking up is because you're feeling it, because it feels very real and deep for you. And that's okay. You can tear and choke up. This is a safe place to do that. I'm going to read this to you one more time. When I pay attention to my surroundings, I can feel appreciation for everything. I see so much beauty in the world. Being aware means living in the present and fully experiencing my life in the here and now. I am aware. Okay, so that's your reading today. That's your general reading. I hope that makes sense. Remember that you bring a light to the world, you bring peace to the world, you bring freedom to the world, you bring a teaching. We all bring teaching to the world if we choose to. It's just about becoming aware of it, living in that moment, and taking on that, not that duty, because I don't think that it's a duty or a purpose, but I think that that opportunity, you know, it is an opportunity to give back. Okay, so now for Nicole. Nicole, did you say you wanted love? Was that what you were wanting your reading on? And you guys, if you want a charming for Friday night, you can pre-book. You're welcome, Jamie. Also, another mention is that we're doing. If you ever want to gift a read to somebody, you can always book a reading as a gift for somebody during the holiday season. Friday night will be the next charming, so not tomorrow night, but the following night. Your relationship. Okay, your current relationship. So Nicole, like I feel like your current relationship, as I'm shuffling these cards, it's like easy, right? Like I feel like it's not a challenge to you. Does that make sense? Like I feel like as I'm shuffling these cards, it almost feels like you wish there was more of a challenge or that it was more exciting. Like it's become a little bit too almost easy for you. It's not boredom, but it feels like ease. Like, I don't know, what is that? Is it almost, it's not that it's scary, but it feels almost too easy. Like you kind of wish that there was maybe a little bit of excitement. Sonia, we're actually wrapping up after this. We're going to do a group reading for everybody right after this reading. You can stay for that and be a part of that. I will be doing another evening on Friday night at 7:30 Central Time. If you want to come in during that time, hit the follow button on the business page. And you can possibly get a card then for yourself. This is the last private that I'm going to do, or personal read that I'm going to do tonight, except for the group reading, which will happen right after this. Okay. Alright, let me fix this camera. It's the shuffling, I think. I think I'm moving around too much for this camera. One moment, I'm going to just adjust the camera. Okay. Don't go out of focus on me again. Okay. Alright, so your card is Direction Guardian. It's funny because like I look at this and I feel like it says choose your path. Like to me it feels like it's it's no longer challenging for you. Um, and you might be choosing a different path. We have gone through a struggle of not having time together for a patch, so I'm missing them. We need time together. Their deadline was yesterday. I'm praying they make time for me now. We haven't had problems, fights, just need time. It's strange. Okay, I'm not sure. This feels like choose your path. Like this is a very strong card in the sense that I feel like it's very adamant and very clear. I feel like you have this opportunity to choose what you want to do. I'm not exactly sure. You're asking for guidance on your relationship. To me, this feels like either stay or go. But either way, you have to make a strong, decisive decision in it. This is the like, in whatever your decision is going to be, like fear that there is no wrong decision. This card to me feels like it is whatever decision you decide to go will be the right one, but you have to make the choice. Um, so when I look at this, I mean, everything's covered in wings. You have all of the elements of the eagle, the lion, the bull. This is like strength all over the place, right? And so to me, it feels like you can make the decision, but you have to be clear on it. And you have to go with a path. Like you can't be sort of um, um, not insecure, but like wishy-washy about it. You can't um, go back and forth. If it's like, I don't know why, but when I look at this card, I feel like you know the answer already and you just haven't taken the right steps. You know the direction and it's time to choose the path. This card is saying that you have the strength and the ability to do it, but are you willing to see it through? Let's look at your I am everything affirmation card. I am transformed. I see the beauty of change. Everything I've been through transformed me into who I am today. I am so much braver. I am so much more caring. I am so much more emotionally intelligent. I am so much more open. I will continue changing and improving. I am transformed. So it's funny, like out of we've seen this card a second time tonight too. There's definitely a theme with these I am cards tonight. Um, and it's the number 22 again. This direction guardian says choose your path. It's like it's time. And I feel like this I am transformed feels like you're done. Like you know that you've sort of been through it all and it's kind of um you know the direction to take. Like this is very clear to me, and there's a strength with this card. The card is definitely telling me do not worry. Whatever you decide, the direction you go or the direction that you know to go is going to be the right direction. Just take it. We're here behind you. We will support you. You need to be in this place of knowing that you have been transformed and that you are able to adapt and deal with like sort of everything that's gone on and sort of know that it's helped you as much as it's going to help you and it's kind of like time. Does that make sense? I might be getting a little tired, so I don't know what sense I'm making. I've been on for 3 hours at this point. Shit. I hope that makes sense. I feel like, to be honest, you know the decision about your relationship and you're just like futzing around, and this card is your angels going like, all right, come on, get it together, girl. Like if I'm, I'm gonna be honest, like it feels like this is a very clear, strong card that says you know the direction to take. Choose your path and do it now, and like own it. Not sort of, Nicole. Like you know the answer. This is no sort of. The I am transformed is no sort of. Like if you say it sort of does, what is your question then? Like I mean, I don't like you need to tell me like what is the question? Should I stay or should I go? You know your decision? Right. So then do it. Theirs doesn't matter. You have to stay with your path. I see the beauty of change. Everything I've been through transformed me into what I am today. I am so much braver. I am so much more caring. I am so much more emotionally intelligent. I am so much more open. I will continue changing and improving. I am transformed. You want to move forward with who? With them? Wait, hold on. Back up for just a second. I'm reading your messages, Nicole. Okay? I love how you came into the room and you asked for a card, and it was all stars and lights and all of that, and it was really cute, and that's great. And then you tell me just now, I know my decision. If you know your decision and you're clear on your decision, you don't need a reading from me. Okay? What you're looking for is you're looking for confirmation from them, right? You want to move forward together, and you're putting together in capital letters. You want me to read them, not you, right? So I can't do that because that's a third party. They're not the one that's asking me to read them. You are. And so I can only read you and your decision. And what this is telling me is this feels like choose your path. I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to be really clear because this could go on all night. I feel like this relationship, and you know this, is not the answer for you. And I'm just going to be honest about that only because this transformed card says, I see the beauty of change. Everything I've been through, and this is where I'm saying this is I think this is the current relationship you're in, has transformed me. Everything I've been through transformed me into who I am today. I am so much braver. I am so much more caring. I am so much more emotionally intelligent. So if that means you stay, then stay. But if they're not willing to stay with you, you can't force them. Do you know what I mean? Shut up, Mary. Mary's saying, run, girl, run. She can't even see you posting. So, like, this is saying choose your path very clearly. Choose it with strength. Choose it with understanding that you've been transformed and that you're in a place of mastery over this. But if you're choosing it and you're choosing it with somebody that's not very clear on whether or not they want to be with you, then I think that it might be better for you to choose a path that is filled with sort of self-respect and an awareness of what you are and who you are and what you're worth versus staying in something where it's unclear what they want. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, only because if you're staying in a situation where the person isn't clear with you that they love you, if you're not clear on what they want, then there's a question about whether or not they even understand who you are. And this to me says, this I am transformed says to me that you are aware of who you are. Even this direction guardian says to me, choose your path. There's strength here. You have like all of the elements. These are these have some sort of biblical connotation. I can't think of um, what angel it was that appeared, and he had the four heads: the head of the man, the lion, the bull, and the eagle. But regardless, this is a very strong card, and it's just saying like pick your path. And for some reason, my gut is telling me that you know the answer, and the answer is maybe not what you're doing. Does that make sense? Like, I just think that I mean, this is hard to read because we're on a computer and I'm like looking at your chat, and so I only know so much. So only have to go with what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing in the cards and what the cards are saying to me. And so this feels like a very almost blunt statement, like choose your path, girl. And this is saying that you've been transformed. So it means kind of like this situation has done what it can for you. That's my interpretation. I don't want you to make decisions around your life around what I say because I'm pretty much a stranger for you. So, um, but to me, when I'm saying I am transformed, it sort of sounds like I've kind of gotten everything I need out of this. Like, let's move on. What's next? And let's move forward in strength and with direction and clarity and strength, moving in that. If you're staying in a situation when you're unsure if this person wants to be with you or they're not making it clear, then maybe it's time to be like deuces. The transformation is what the relationship has been. Okay? So then if you understand this and I don't need to read it, then I'll stop. You're welcome. She says, I do appreciate the guidance. I mean, I hate to be so firm, but it just sort of feels like you were saying you didn't understand and I was trying to explain it to you. But to me, it feels like, you might be looking for a specific answer that matches the answer that you want to stay with. But that answer may not be the answer that you're going to be able to stay with. Does that make sense? You're welcome. I'll leave it at that. All right, let's do a group read for everybody. Sorry if I got like a little stern father with you there, Nicole. It wasn't that. It's just sort of like I feel like there's a part of you that knows the answer already, and you're looking to me to give you the answer that you want to hear versus the answer that you know is right. And that's where I think my frustration comes in. And I'm not frustrated with you. It's more that I'm feeling something in the cards, and then you're sort of not wanting to hear it, I think, and that's okay. You're allowed to not want to hear it. Like, that's your choice. But if you're not willing to hear it, then you also have to just choose your path and go down it, right? Without like looking to psychics on Facebook for answers to meet and validate your choices that you're not sure about because somewhere intrinsically you may know intuitively that they're not right. Does that make sense? Okay, so now let's get to the group reading. Okay. So first off, I'm gonna say this. I think it's all women in the room, and I love that there's all female cards happening. So definite like shout out to the sisterhood, right? First and foremost, that's what I first noticed. First card out is Wise One. Grow within your current situation. So I love that, like, this is telling us wherever we're at, there's always an opportunity for growth. And that there's also, I feel like this card also states to us that there's a wisdom within us that we might take for granted or not always see when we're in a situation that might sort of um, uh, I don't know, how do I want to put this? Like, if we're in a situation that's maybe uncomfortable, or a situation that's maybe not, we don't feel as though we're in control of, or maybe it's working to our advantage, we always have this wisdom within us, right? And so this is telling us that we are the wise one, that we have a vast knowledge or awareness from previous situations and previous like lifetimes, whatever you want to, wherever you want to tap into that from deep within us, that we can bring forward and utilize, right? There's knowledge in the owl, there's law in the crow, there's magic if you want to see this as a raven. But regardless, she has age, she's protected, she's aware, she's intuitive, she's in touch with all of that. So this says to me, grow within your current situation. So bring that wisdom to with whatever situation might be plaguing you, bothering you, that might have you questioning. You have that wisdom within you already to sort of deal with whatever you might be facing that may be challenging. The second card here is the Mirror Guardian, which is take time to reflect. And I think that this ties in with the wise one in the sense that if we do take this time to reflect, that's when we're actually able to access some of this wisdom and to grow within the situations that we're in, because we're reflecting upon, okay, where have I done this before, or where have I been in situations similar to this, where have I excelled, where have I failed, where have I, taken the opportunities, or maybe not taken the opportunities, but what have I learned from both the taking of them and the not taking of them. And within her time of reflection, again, like I'm saying with this wise one, she has this whole universe inside of her mirror. So when we take the time to reflect, which that's like sort of going inward and trusting what we know to be true, similar to the information that's here in the wise one, we're able to access the entire universe, right? So to me, taking time to reflect is important in any and every situation we're in, because it will allow us not only um, like some peace, but it also allows us to access our own personal wisdom, and then from there we're able to grow and learn within whatever situations we're dealing with. The other and third last card is the Animal Guardian, and this is trust your instincts. And I like this card because it says, like, grow within your current situation, take time to reflect, and trust your instincts. So, whatever you might be feeling instinctually, this is part of that wisdom. This is part of the wise one. This is part of the mirror guardian. This is why we take the time to reflect, why we take the time to uh, be aware of how strong we actually are, and we can only do that through reflecting back and owning who we are and honoring that, right? And I feel like that's what these cards are telling us to do on all in all three of them. Now, and again, we have the raven, we have the owl, we even have the jaguar, we have the deer. So I just think that this is about, trusting oneself, trusting one's instincts, knowing what's true. And if you don't know what's true, or you feel as though you can't trust your instincts, or don't feel like you know the answer, go inward and reflect. Look, you have the power in the mirror guardian to help you to see what it is you need to know. If that's your own angels, your own spirit guides, ask them for help in meditation. They can help you to see and reflect back to you what it is you need to know, so that you can trust your instincts and so that you can trust your own internal wisdom. But we have this, the age of this woman here says to me that we have a wealth of knowledge already within us that we need to just get about trusting, um, like this card says, and we'll be able to navigate it. Now, our I am everything, which I felt like putting this down here sort of as the foundation of these three ladies. I am a gift. This is the third time this card's come up tonight. I am a gift to the world. When I lead with kindness and love, I create a ripple effect that benefits more people than I'll ever know. My presence, my knowledge, and my passions contribute to the greater good of the world. I am a gift. So I really think that this is about holding ourselves in a place of honor and realizing that we are a gift to the world, that we are a beautiful person, being, whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little tired at this point, so it's kind of hard to pull my thoughts together. But realizing and honoring who we are in all the different aspects, right? Our instinctual self, our wisdom, honoring those things and connecting them together and reflecting upon that and owning it and then bringing it out into the world as the gift that it is and sharing it with the world. It is a trifecta, totally. Totally, Lisa. Lisa Vanderhelm says, wow, a trifecta. It's totally some heady female energy. I love it. And it is a gift. Like, I think that each and every one of you is a gift. Each and every one of you has gifts. Each and every one of you shouldn't be afraid of your gifts. You know, trust your instincts. Trust what you know to be true. Trust your intuition. Take time and reflect so that you can feel secure in that. You can feel wise in that. But I feel like the fact that the wise one is here and she's leading things off says to me that you guys have the wisdom within you. And if you don't believe so, then take that time and reflect and find it. You will find it. And you will be able to trust your instincts once you've found it. Ducky's off to bed. I'm off to bed. You guys have a great night. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We will be back on again Friday night, guys. And I will see you all then. I hope that this message helped. I hope the charmings helped. I hope that you guys all have a great evening. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your wives, tell your husbands. Hide your children, hide your wives. I'm going to go watch some 90 Day Fiancé and veg out for a minute and go to bed. You are the gray old wise one, Christina Avalos. I love you too, Kristen. You have a good night. Good night, Bessie Vogel. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for buying a charming this evening. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. You guys supporting my business. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Chris Lily J. What time is it there now in Australia? It's got to be like 2 o'clock, right? Something like that. Oh, I'm tired. These readings, they wipe me out, man. I might have to move them to Saturday night so we can have Kristen Rebello here. I'm addicted to 90 Day Fiancé. It's crazy. I'm watching all the back episodes on Amazon Prime. I can't get enough of it. I just keep watching these people. I'm like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm gonna go. I'm tired, guys. I'm gonna go cuddle my dogs. I love you all. Thank you. Have a great night. I will see you all in the morning for the forecast, and then I'll see you all Friday morning for the forecast. I'm available for private readings if you want one. You can feel free to message me if you have any questions. I hope you all have a great night. All see your light, honor it, and love it, and move forward in it. Alright? Take care, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.